Hey guys, it's Kelly Mo. I'm tired. My care package project is something that I am happy to be doing. I know that based on the feedback that I've gotten from different friends and colleagues about my situation in regards to being a caregiver for my mom who is living with severe dementia, being tired is something that is just kind of part of my everyday life now. I felt kind of compelled to do a package, especially when I am feeling tired and don't really have a full face on, and kind of be raw and just, real in regards to the state of being that I am in a good portion of the time. Really, how I've kind of been for many, many years now. It's interesting when I think about where I am in my life and the person that I've become, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the indifferent, how I'm not the same person I was pre-diagnosis for my mother. Even during this time period of her diagnosis, I've, evolved and changed so much. But yes, tired is something that I am a lot. Tired physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And it's interesting how that is received by others, how it's perceived by others, and how it has affected my relationships with people and how I navigate as a human being in the world. I am more guarded, more cautious, more careful in how I spend my time as I still want to say, young woman who is not married, who has not given birth to any children. And I say that in the sense of when people do ask me if I have any children, I've been responding more recently that I do have a child, but she's 78 years old, because I am technically feeling like the mother of my mother. And as a caregiver, that's kind of what happens. I am extra responsible when I am out with friends or with how I spend my time. Going out with friends and having drinks and staying out late is not something that I really do anymore or haven't done for a very long time. My phone is always on. I never turn my cell phone off. And I hate that because I wish I could just turn it off and ignore it. But it always has to be on in case the nursing home calls and has something to share about my mom. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does and you see that caller ID and it is the nursing home, you freak out. And when you get that call, you need to be sober. You hopefully are awake and you have a clear mind, because you never know what your next call of action is going to have to be. I am always interested and baffled by comments from people who have never had any crisis in their life, and they always, I don't want to say always, but when you get the response of, I understand what you're going through, I feel your pain, or anything like that, you always will question, is that just a canned response? Or you don't know how I'm feeling. You have no clue. Unless you've walked in my shoes or another caregiver's shoes, you don't know. You just don't know. I will never, ever say to someone who has lost a child, oh, I understand how you're feeling. You can't do that. I've never had a child, never given birth. So it'd be foolish of me to say that. I understand people do say those kinds of things when they may not really know what to say. They want to show a sense of compassion. Their intention is probably very good, and I appreciate that. I get that. But to physically be in a space with people, especially if you're out, you're trying to have a good time, but you just don't have it in you because you're emotionally drained and you're spent, and people will question, like, well, what's wrong with you? Like, why can't you, get into this? Why aren't you having a good time? And you don't want to be Debbie Downer. You don't want to be a party pooper. And you kind of share, well, I'm just a little tired because I had to do X, Y, and Z today with my mom. And they say, oh, I understand. No, you don't. If you understood, you wouldn't have asked me that question. And that's just me keeping it real. I have backed out on many of invitations to go out of town, to go to a party, to go to dinner, to do a number of things, just because I just don't have it in me anymore. It comes and goes. And that's something about this process I absolutely hate. When you put yourself in a position to be a caregiver, you are giving up a lot of your own life. And as much as you try to provide self-care for yourself, it's always in the back of your mind that you don't come first. You have to be on the ready for somebody else. And it's challenging. I hate to feel like in a depressed state as much as I do. I am one of the most sentimental, emotional people in my family, maybe, and amongst my friends. I'm very in touch with my feelings and other people's feelings with everything that I've gone through. I think it's just, I've been like this probably since I was a child. But when you're around a group of people who are going through so much pain and you're around death a lot, I mean, it's in your face. So to not be sensitive to that and not be aware of life and death and everything in between, I feel like an alien sometimes, where people don't understand what's going on with me. Sometimes I don't even understand what's going on with me. But I feel like I'm rambling right now. But this is the kind of this headspace I'm in. I just want to, I need a minute. I need some time for myself, and I need to figure out a few things, and just thought I'd do a little video and share. I'm going to go maybe get some rest and pick up and do a more structured video for you guys at another time. All right? Okay. Take good care. All right. Bye.